Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to this here game. We are going to be going into game number 2 here. There we are. Game number 2 here. And by 2, of course, I mean 3 in this best of 5 series in the finals of the ASC Weekly. Of course, for those of you who are just joining us in chat, for those of you who have no idea what's going on, for those of you fine new folk, this is, of course, the ASC Weekly. We run tournaments for every division: Bronze, Silver Monday, Gold, Platinum Tuesday, and of course Diamond on Wednesday, with Thursday culminating all to the Masters tournament. Always 9 o'clock Eastern time, always streamed, always with professional casters, except for Monday, but always with fantastic casters, always doing the best that we can to bring you guys a great viewing experience. And tonight, that is correct. You see the nameplate that I'm sure is up. Looks like Ryze is playing in this game. That is right. Complexity Gaming showing up. They're coming with a vengeance, with Ryze and RCP playing tonight. Ryze having to go for the team kill, taking out RCP early on, and now he currently is tied with a guy named sGmZavi. Took a quick game number 2 after a hard-fought disconnect, which is unfortunately apparently a problem. Computer's overheating quite a bit. Which is why we had to make this game once again, which is unfortunate for him, but it looks like they are going to go ahead and give it another shot. Ryze being extremely patient, great guy, very well-mannered person. Absolutely wonderful player. And we're going to go ahead and see what happens here. I'm, of course, Sleeper Cells, given the 2-minute, 25-second intro. Caster of the night is the very patient, very awesome Samba.
Well, I'd be lying if I said we don't have time to kill in a ZvZ. So, wonderful intro, as always, Sleepers. Yeah, you know what? Complexity Gaming Ryze being very patient, understanding that Blizzard, Battle.net, and StarCraft 2 sometimes do have these bugs, and that's the sign of a true champion. Somebody that wants to play the game will not take the easy walkover and say, hey, listen, okay, he's had some computer issues, let's see if they don't clear up. Thank you for your patience, Ryze. We really appreciate it. And also Zavi being very gracious and saying, listen, hey, if this doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and I will concede. So, you know, both players very mannered. Nice to see.
Very nice to see. Absolutely love it when the players are good, well-mannered people. Always good to see over other Zerg players. Ryze got Zerglings on the field, though. He's moving with a vengeance towards his opponent, Zavi's main, and by main, of course, I mean natural. He's moving there. But there will be Zerglings on the field. 6 already on the way. For Zavi, gonna have another pair, probably. Yep, there's 8 gonna be on the way. For Zavi, he'll probably be able to defend against this without too much terrible issues. Gonna be close though, and he's gonna have this hatch up.
Yeah, for sure.
Over Ryze. That being said, though, Ryze has been very good about somehow managing to do something with timings, where even with getting a later hatch, he's able to have better macro and have better economy, which is really interesting to see.
Yeah, very solid player, able to go ahead and set up defense while macroing and going on the offensive, if that makes any sense to you. That's right, he can play defense, offense, and macro at the same time. So, very impressive stuff. Good to see both players going for their expansions. Lings chasing each other around. We're going to try not to miss any run-bys this time.
Yeah, we're not going to see any of that and nonsense as we saw in the last game. Of course, the giant Ling run-by from Zavi was able to take out Ryze's mineral line, which allowed him to take a game off of Ryze. First game to be taken off of Ryze of the evening, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. First time he's lost a game, and here we are in the finals. We've had so many restarts, I do believe it is 1-1.
Yep, indeed it is 1-1.
1-1, best of 5. Computers seem to be running appropriately now, so we shall see. Link's on the field.
Found out. Link's on the field. I just found out something very nice as well for future reference for any of us who are working with the inviting GrandMasters players. You can actually just invite them from a game lobby chat, but you can't invite them via the chat. You have to invite them by looking for their name on the right. I actually honestly didn't know that, and now that we know that, that's going to make inviting GrandMasters to games so much easier.
Yep, no idea what you just said, but something about getting them on the right, lobby chat, invite, who knows? I'm not sure how the UI works.
We can invite GrandMasters now.
Awesome. That's
Two
all that really
maintenance on the way
matters.
for Ryze as well. Wow, how is he so ahead how is he so far ahead?
He's pissed. Ryze, good with the banelings. Like Vorat, plays better
He's
when
ahead in
angry.
harvester count, he's ahead in army count. He's ahead in basic supply count. He had a hatch later. He had later production. You see, they're players. There are players out in the world. They will be put in a mirror matchup, and somehow, some way, magically they will pull an extra like 16 roaches out of their hat. It'll be a mirror matchup, 100%. Everything is fine. They'll pull out like an extra 16 roaches and a +1 upgrade somehow magically, and I will never know how. None of us ever will. Look at the timings. Everything looks perfect. So, is that a? That is Spire.
Yes, it is. ZvZ, Muta, not always the best way to go. However, if you have nothing that shoots up,
True.
other than queens, they can be hard to deal with. But, you know, a couple well-placed spores, you have to fear the counterattack if you go ahead and commit to Muta.
These are really early mutas too. And I believe that Overseer probably scouted this as well. Yep, did scout the Spire. Oh, wait, no, he just scouted the Roachwarren. I don't believe he actually scouted. Yes, he did. He scouted the Spire. Never mind, he's good. He knows. And he's got Spore Crawlers on the way already. So he is going to be perfectly fine here. Going to be able to defend against these mutas without any problem. He's got the Spore Crawlers on the way. Probably going to have an extra couple Queens on the way very shortly as well. Probably going to go ahead and tech two Hydras pretty quick here.
Yeah, Hydras would be a great response to that, as they are a good DPS unit, plus they shoot up, so that is a bonus. Muta's on the field already. 3 of them, 4, 5, 6 of them, maybe 7. Making their way over, close by air. Will not be happy to see Spore Crawlers.
No, he will not. I'm not sure if he realized that it was scouted or not, but he is going to be going ahead and committing to a little bit of an attack here with those mutas. They're going to fly in here. They're going to see a Spore Crawler get one shot to the face and go, hey, those weren't there before. Maybe pick off an Overlord here if they can, taking a couple darts to the face by the Spore Crawlers, or by the Queen, but the Spore Crawlers are going to force those mutas away, and they're not going to be able to do nearly as much as they would like.
No, he will be able to supply block him, but unfortunately that's not going to pay for your mutas.
Snipes a couple banelings as well.
Yeah, he is trying to counter on the ground too. Or I shouldn't say counter, but commit on the ground as well.
Hydra's on the field for Ryze. He has tech 2 Hydras perfectly fine, got them up, got group spines on the way. He's got quite a few of them in this army. By quite a few, I mean 1 with like 6 HP. But he will be getting 8 more on the way very shortly, and that will effectively counter and get rid of the effectiveness of these mutas in any practical sense.
Absolutely, and it's going to be an expensive investment early for Zavi that will set him far behind. Because now, at this point, he did not do the economic damage he needed to with that burst attack, by any means. And he doesn't really have the ability to go ahead and harass, as those spores are down and queens are ready. So, yeah, he's in quite a bit of trouble.
Yeah, here comes the attack, full out by Zavi, taking everything he possibly can, moving forward. Hydra's doing as much damage as possible as they can. Looks like the ground army is going to win for Ryze, which means these Hydras are going to have plenty of HP to continue to force back those mutas. Lost a lot of mutas there. Beautiful, beautiful hold there by Ryze. Going to be able to be in a perfectly fine position and going to be have some good tech to deal with what is out on the field for Zavi, and going to take quite a decent supply ahead.
Yeah, Ryze is more comfortable, I think, being the aggressor, but you wouldn't know it to look at the way he plays. He just cleans up attack after attack, never really loses a hatchery. I haven't seen him lose an expansion yet in this game.
Yeah, I don't think he has. He's had to fight tooth and nail for
in this tournament, I should say, yeah.
Yeah, in this game. Overlord's getting caught. Overlords, of course, 2 of them getting taken out for Zavi, which means he's not going to be supply blocked because of that huge loss from army that he took a little while ago. 3rd on the way for him as well. That's not going to get up. A couple of roaches going to go up there and take things out there.
Hydralists will catch up sometime tomorrow, as they are quite a bit slower.
Yeah, they do barely catch up eventually, like you said. Gonna take out. Yeah, they're gonna sort of chase these Mutas a little bit. Pulling a couple Hydras offline to deal with that while taking the rest of his army and starting to move forward for an all-out attack. Offensive on the way up to ZvZ's base. ZvZ does have quite a few Spine Crawlers up, quite a few Roaches as well, and a decent arc for him. No Infestors, though, this time. Doesn't have any Infestors on the field quite yet. He does have an Infestation Pit, but it does not have Infestors being created as of yet. Overlord gonna go ahead and give a little bit of creep. A little, very tiny amount of creep for Ryze's army here.
Yep, and look at this, just amassing outside of the natural of ZvZ.
Wow, apparently he's turning around.
Well,
oh,
I believe there was a Muta. Yeah, there are Mutas at the third. You know, Roach is not going to do much versus those Mutalisks, obviously.
The Overlord! No, don't die! Poor
Speedlord. Trying to make his way to safety.
He survived!
He makes it. Miraculously. Yeah, these Mutas are not long for this world. There's only 4 of them.
That being said, though, they're doing their job. They are forcing Ryze to play defensively. Ryze is almost maxed, though. He's 175 of 200.
I think I would have almost, and this would have probably been a poor decision, but I think he could have got away with it. I would have sacked the third and all-out attacked him, because I think he had enough right there to take it right there.
True, but I've noticed Ryze is definitely one to play for the later game. He feels like he can hold this.
Yeah, he doesn't gamble.
He can win in a macro game over any player. And so far we've seen him be almost 100% right on it. And by 100%, almost 100% right, I mean he is 100% right. In a straight up macro game, he's beaten every single player he's gone up against. The only time ZvZ was able to take one game was with some really strong early Zergling aggression. But in macro, Ryze chilling about 20 supply ahead of his opponent.
Yeah, and really a cool customer, cooler than the other side of the pillow, as I like to say. And the Mutas, though, he is active with the Mutas, which you have to be. Like, you know, you've gone ahead, you've put the money into the tech. You may as well use them. And if it only means going ahead and sniping a couple Overlords, at least you're being a thorn in the side, trying to buy more time so you can max out. Now, here's my pet peeve about StarCraft. You're 200 of 200, you have a bunch of stuff about to finish. Go attack now. And, of course, ZvZ is attacking with less supply into Ryze. This probably not going to go so well for ZvZ, but we're going to see. Big fungal growth goes down.
Wow, beautiful fungal growth by
both sides.
Wow, beautiful fungal growth though is going to cause the better arc for ZvZ. Ryze is not the best position to engage here. He's going to have to pull his army back, get a better concave, which he does do. Fantastic by him. He does have Hydros here, but those Hydros are extremely squishy right now. Another great fungal growth from Ryze, but Ryze's army value is just plummeting extremely quickly. That being said, though, ZvZ is completely all of units all of a sudden out of nowhere. It looks like Ryze is going to take out the entirety of what is left for ZvZ's army. Beautiful, beautiful hold by Ryze. I was worried for him for a second there.
Those Infestors are such expensive units, it would have been GG. He does get away with the Infestors. He will have to try to remax as fast as humanly possible. Ryze is 147 of 200, 101 of 198 for ZvZ. Ryze now going to take the initiative, I believe, and push forward. He smells blood in the water.
The entire engagement, he was holding down that R button, keeping those Roaches, keeping them building, keeping them popping out of those little eggs, and it looks like Ryze is looking to push up into that third note. It looks like he's going to just go straight for the army, straight for the jugular per se. And there he goes. No fungal growth coming out for Ryze. Looks like it's going to be Infested Terrans versus Infested Terrans here from both players, tossing out the beach balls of death.
The Peach Balls of Death, Infested Terrans on the field. More Infested Terrans coming out. Now he is going to go ahead, commit some of these Hydralisks up to try to take out the third of ZvZ. And now throwing darts, melting that third down as quickly as humanly possible. Or as Zergly possible, I should say.
True. And he's going to do that fairly without any problems at all. He's going to take it out nothing.
Oh.
And it's about 100 supply advantage. And there's the GG from ZvZ, which means Ryze is going to take game number 3 here, putting him in a 2-1 lead here in the finals.